That was a very enjoyable 2 hours and some change at the ballpark. I will absolutely say that. LSU, my goodness, you wanted to bounce back on the mound, folks. You got the greatest bounce back on the mound that you absolutely could have asked for. We got some numbers that we have to go through, but we're just going to start with Luke Holman and mention how awesome that he was for 6 innings. The fact that that guy, he got off to a bit of a slower start, really ended up having to struggle through some pitch count issues there, but did. I mean, the fourth and the fifth inning really slowed his count down. I mean, he was over 60 through 3 because he was striking everybody out, which is great. I mean, you obviously want to see that. You want him to strike everybody out. But the first 9 outs he recorded, I believe. The first 9 outs he recorded were Ks, which is great. But it ran the pitch count up, and a lot of them were deep counts. Credit Florida, they worked counts. They're a really good offense, and that's why we're gonna celebrate what happened at the top of their order. Y'all hit the like, y'all get the share going. Let's get this thing going here. We only got maybe about 10 more minutes or so of this. So he was great. For him to settle down there late in the game, get the pitch count down, that was awesome. Loved seeing that. And then, so he gets you through 6. That's great. Griffin Herring was obviously phenomenal. For you to only have to use 2 pitchers tonight is massive going forward. You still have Ackenhausen. You still have Guidry. All that left in the chamber. You could not ask for anything better if you're LSU pitching. Nothing demonstrates the bounce back from this team more on the mound tonight than what happened to the top of Florida's order. We talked extensively on the preview for this series about Florida's offense, and for good reason. They're really freaking good, right? Yes, Ethan Lowe, a 1-3-4 double play is a very strange way to end a baseball game, but it was awesome. What happened to the top of Florida's order? Cade Curlin, great player. Hit leadoff for them as a freshman, was awesome. Jack Caglione, we don't need to say anymore. We all know how great he is. Luke Heyman had really come on strong. Kobe Shelton, we know how good he is from his freshman year at Alabama. Like, that's nothing else needs to be said. They went 0 for 14 with 12 strikeouts. Those 4 hitters at the top of your order, 0 for 14, 12 strikeouts. That is absurd from LSU's pitching. Freaking absurd. That's why right there, we can sit here all week and say they were bad against Mississippi State. And they were. They were bad. But we weren't going to discount what they had done before because of the talent that this staff does have. It was on full display. To hold those 4 hitters to 0 for 14, with, thank you, with 12 strikeouts is hats off. I mean, that you couldn't have asked for a better bounce back. Overall, you hold that lineup to 1 run on 4 hits. That's dominant stuff. Back to the top of the order, you had not 1, but 2 golden sombreros, Cade Curlin and Luke Heyman. Yes, Jeffrey, 0 errors. It's great, some great plays. Tommy White at third base, y'all. He just continues to impress. He just continues to be incredible over there at the hot corner. That play he made late in the game, the backhand on the short hop, on the run to throw across his body sidearm, and it was right on the money. That is so big league. Like, it's insane to think a player like Tommy White has made himself more money, but he has made himself more money because of the defensive improvements that he's made. So hats off to Griffin Herring for finishing the job. He was awesome. 3 innings saved, just what you needed. Again, only using 2 pitchers is huge. So you have plenty left in the chamber. You're looking for a great bounce back from Gage Jump tomorrow, and you should get it. I don't know if you're going to hold the top of that order to 0 for 14 again, but you should have a great outing from Gage Jump, and we're all looking forward to that. Offensively, let's talk about that, and then we'll kind of wrap this thing up. Y'all smash the like button, share the video, all that greatly appreciated. So we talked about Cade Fisher, right? And he had the 8 ERA coming into the game. And we talked about it on the show that don't be fooled by the 8 ERA because the stuff is plenty good enough. And you saw that at times tonight. this was very similar to his outing last Friday against Texas A&M. LSU was able to jump on him early, and that was important. You're going to need to do that again tomorrow. But they were able to jump on him early, put up the 2 spot. Could have been more, but you put up the 2 spot. That was huge, right? You have, let's see, it was the walk to White. Jones is hit by a pitch. And, oh, God, how'd they load the bases? I cannot remember now. I think you had another, was it another walk? Anyway, you load up the bases. Or no, you didn't load the bases. I take that back. You had the walk to White, the hit batter to Jones, and then Josh Pearson. You have Pearson in a 2-strike count, fights a ball off, beats the shift to the opposite field, scores White. You had to play at the plate. That's when you had to play at the plate. And it's reviewed, it's held up, and you're up 1-0. Then Ethan Fry comes up and singles through the left side. And you score yet another run. They cut the ball off, which Florida did, the third baseman, which I was shocked given the throw that was made from left field. I don't know why you'd cut it off, especially with Jones running, but they did, and LSU's up 2-0. I'll say this about Ethan Fry. 2 hits for him tonight, for him to step back in the lineup at DH. If he's going to hit the baseball like that, if he's going to drive in runs, until he can throw the ball from the outfield, Hayden Travinski's going to be the catcher on this baseball team. Until Ethan Fry can throw the ball from the outfield, if he's going to hit like that, Hayden Travinski's going to be the catcher for this baseball team, because you're not taking Travinski's bat out of the lineup, and you're not going to take Ethan Fry out of the lineup if that's the case. When he can throw, you start to have a conversation in the outfield who might be the odd man out. Bingham came up clutch late in the game with 2 RBI hits. That was massive, so he needed that too. Josh Pearson's obviously been swinging a hot bat. Paxton Kling, the defense is great, and the sac fly late kind of made you forgive the previous 2 at-bats from him in the game. So you're deep, you're talented in the outfield. We knew that about this team. So you're up 2-0. You didn't get another hit until the 4th, and that was when Fisher kind of settled in. I don't want to say he settled in, because he was still pretty erratic. He kept falling behind in counts. What he did so well is fought back in those counts. Cade Fisher made a lot of big pitches when he had to. And again, that's what we talked about. Don't be fooled by that ERA. The stuff's plenty good. He gave up the 5 spot in the second against A&M, but still managed to get 6 innings and tied a career high in strikeouts. So he's really good, and I thought you saw that on display tonight. Fast forward to the 6th inning, and man, you really needed to get something going. Luke Holman like we said, Luke Holman fought to get you through 6 innings, and you were only up 2-1 at that point. He needed some run support, and you got it in the 6th. Hayden Travinski leads off with a double, another hit by pitch. Pearson, they left Fisher in to face the lefty. Thought for sure he'd be pulled after that. He wasn't. They let him stay in to face Ethan Fry, and that's when Fry hit one of the longest singles in baseball history, when he singled off the right center field wall, and the bases are loaded with nobody out, and that chases Cade Fisher. You go to Ryan Slater. We talked about him, very capable arm, relies a lot on the slider. If he doesn't have that slider, command can be an issue, and it was tonight. Walked in the first run. You had some singles after that to put up a 3 spot, and that gave you the cushion that you really needed. You added the run in the 8th on Bingham's second RBI single, and you're 6-1. And then at the end, man, Herring, gets Shelton to ground out, gets and then the wacky 1-3-4 double play. So they looked like a top 5 baseball team again tonight, and they needed to, and they did it against a really good opponent. My biggest takeaway from a pitching standpoint, Luke Holman, the bounce back, but what LSU did to the top of that order, because it's as formidable as any order in the country. I'll say it one more time, y'all. 0 for 14, 12 strikeouts, 2 golden sombreros. Wild. So a lot to build on. When we look forward to tomorrow, I'll say this: jump on Liam Peterson early. That's a guy who is plenty talented. We talked about it a lot. We spent a good bit on him on the preview for this series. True freshman, fastball get up to 96. He's got a really nice breaking ball as well. But the last 3 starts, it's been rough. Liam Peterson has given up 15 earned runs in his last 3 starts. This is the day I thought LSU, Saturday, had the best chance. I felt good about the weekend anyway. But Saturday's the day I felt best about. So They need to jump on him early. And you want Gage Jump to come out and do exactly what Luke Holman did. I mean, I know it's going to be hard to replicate, but that's the blueprint. Just bounce back. He does that, you're going to like the outcome. And even if he doesn't, if Gage Jump struggles, which I expect him to bounce back, but if he struggles, you have a full complement in your bullpen. That's, again, how massive it was to only use 2 pitchers tonight. So hats off to Luke Holman. Hats off to Griffin Herring. I'll say this, too. I think it might not be the same order. But I think you see the same 9 guys out there for LSU tomorrow. And that hasn't happened a lot this year, but it kind of goes back to what I was saying with Fry and Travinsky. I think that's one of the reasons you see that. The only change they might make is Kling, but I don't think that they do. I mean, he was really good defensively tonight, and that the sack fly was big. I mean, he hit the hell out of that ball. On a normal night, that might have been a grand slam. So hopefully that's a little bit of a slump buster for him, just making solid contact with the ball. So I think you see the same 9 guys. The order might be a little different, but I think you do see the same 9 guys, and we haven't seen that very much this year. All right, guys. So there you go. LSU 6-1 winners, dominant on the mound. Some really good situational hitting throughout. I can't see the scoreboard. I think they ended up with 6 runs on 8 hits, 6 runs on 9 hits, somewhere around there. Nice. But that's going to wrap it up. Y'all smash the like button on your way out. Got 105 people watching. Appreciate that. 108 now. Definitely smash the like button on your way out. We'll do this again tomorrow night, hopefully after another Tiger win. Appreciate y'all. Get subscribed up. It's Moose with the Box. Talk again later.